Ms. Kwan.
I've been sharing time with MP McGregor. There's massive confusion in the public about the eligibility rules for CERB. On the government's website of the rules, it is if you are or expected to be without employment or self-employment income for 14 consecutive days in the initial 4-week period. Yet Parliamentary Secretary Adam Vaughan tweeted, quote, apply, you don't need to prove 14 days without any income. For those who follow Adam Vaughan's advice, can the Prime Minister confirm that they will not be penalized and criminalized under Bill C17?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and that's a very relevant question because it does allude to the important role of the CERB, the Canada Emergency Response Benefit, which has helped 8 million Canadians in the last few weeks, putting bread on the table. We're going to continue doing this, knowing that there are challenges ahead and still ahead, unfortunately, for millions of Canadians.
The Minister refused to answer the question. A disabled senior was not sure if he was eligible, so he called CRA. The agent told my constituent that he should apply anyway. Now he is worried that he would be penalized. Vulnerable people trying to survive the pandemic should not be criminalized. Will the Prime Minister stand down and withdraw all the sections penalizing and criminalizing people trying to get help through CERB?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. And I would say 2 additional things. The first one is that this support is absolutely essential to millions of workers and families. And second, workers and their families and members of Parliament as well have the right and sometimes the obligation to get support from the CRA. We have committed public servants at CRA who are there to help those vulnerable Canadians.
Vaughan, we have about 38 seconds left.
Accepting that there is massive confusion and contradictory information. If the government proceeds with Part 4 of Bill C17, will they also be charging Parliamentary Secretary Adam Vaughan for being an accessory to fraud, or would there be another set of rules for the government and versus that of the public?
The Honourable Minister.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. All members of this House not only have the privilege, but also the responsibility to assist their constituents in the particularly difficult crisis. And we know we can count on all of them to support our vulnerable people in our respective ridings.